James, you got it.
Okay. Good? All right. Hey everybody, it's Finn here live at PAX East with the NOLA Nerdcast, talking to James from Mega Cat Studios with a game from a franchise you might have heard, God of War something something, little indie game.
Yeah. We were lucky enough to have the opportunity to create God of War Sparta.
So that has to be my first question though, is because something like that being kept under wraps and actually being a surprise announcement is a monumental achievement in and of itself.
We literally had team members that didn't tell their significant others for years about the game because we were living in constant anticipation.
Of that leak?
Things leak every day. A harmless comment at a sushi restaurant. Next thing you know, and it's such a huge franchise that has tens of millions of units of fans. It's kind of like the Mario of Sony in a way, right? So there's a little bit of constant fear when you're working in a game in a franchise like that, and you're new to the table, that we would never forgive yourself if you're part of the leak somehow, right? So we took every precaution we could, digital, physical controls, and then some.
Oh, you did. I mean, it worked. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Because again, in this day and age, that's a shock.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm also shocked.
Congratulations. So the second half of that question is, how did this come about? Did you approach Sony or Santa Monica? Did they approach you? Like, how did this even happen?
Danny and our team sent them an email. Well, we sent them several emails. And after emails and a couple just really lucky moments of them actually opening them and responding, I think they saw like the passion, some of the track record. And I think it was such a different approach to what they normally get pitched. It's kind of like right place, right time, plus a couple miracles.
Yeah.
I think, there's a little bit of, I'd say in a lot of us, we grew up in the same era of gaming. A lot of the MegCat style is inspired by. So I think it's a little bit personal sometimes. It makes them kind of think twice and wonder and think, at least I had to hear more.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I mean, the genre that Sons of Sparta is, it's not something you think about, but then you go, oh, that's such a good fit. Yeah. That genre could fit with any IP. Like, give me a Metroidvania for anything, really. But, so, how close did you have to work? Because God of War is an IP that I'm sure they don't just let loose into the world. So, did you have a close relationship with Santa Monica?
We made the whole game end-to-end, like with the SMS team.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's like, to your point about Metroidvanias and genre, like I think the things that really shine a lot of God of War is storytelling and combat.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's built in 2D for Metroidvania.
And then it's so many of the God of War aspects translated so well to this 2D and like the pixel art style, and just even just the old like lifting of the chests to the different. So I'm currently, I just got to the second temple. I'm being purposely vague, just in general, but so that's where I am in the series. But it's been nice to play it in a different style of game.
We see and we read so many fan comments, and there's a few things fans are just really excited about. One of them is the faithful 2D execution, and we actually worked using some of the From Cold Storage 3D assets from the first 3 God of War titles.
Nice.
And I think that's like interesting for any kind of nerd behind the scenes, and we built a camera capture tool that allow us to then kind of pixel trace on top and build our own keyframes and animate them. So everything is hand drawn, but it's still using the scale and the original assets keyframes. We're able to really look at that Cyclops and be like, something feels really familiar about this right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's also part of the charm. Is like people that are maybe lapsed fans that haven't played God of War recently, or maybe original super fans. There's something there that also sparks for them about the game.
Yeah. So, did you did you struggle at all trying to come up with another original story in that era of Kratos' life without A, retreading previous plot points, and B, just still having enough like originality and excitement, because there's so many like gods that are off limits because they've already been done, or that whole with Demos and everything.
Part of working with SMS is their writing team feeding that.
Yeah.
We had to sit down on a ton of the writing from creative, and from the beginning of the first map design to the finishing touches of focus group results. We were part of all of these things, but they have such a rich world to build in. Everything has to be like fed through this layers of sign-off and discussion and thoughtful approach to make sure that they're delivering fan service and not disrupting anything else that's already canon.
Yeah, exactly. And I have to also say that I'm loving that you're rocking a very Spartan appropriate outfit.
Well, who knows what's underneath this, dude?
Exactly. Well, I love it because Mega Cat, you guys, you almost get tonal whiplash walking around to the other side of the booth, and you're like, we're also the backyard sports revival people.
I would argue that wrestling is right in the middle of the scale of God of War to backyard baseball, and we've been there too.
That's awesome. I mean, that's fantastic. So, okay, hear me out. And then, you know how people aren't supposed to take pitch ideas from fans? You know?
We do that all the time.
Okay, cool. Don't even give me credit. Just steal this idea and run with it, all right? Next thing, you go to Sony and you pitch an Astrobot Metroidvania.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good idea. The coolest thing about robots is there's really open-ended brand roles, right?
Yeah.
If you look at, not to bring it back to the backyard, look at Mr. Clanky. Across every sports installation, new things start happening with those hands.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just saying.
Also, Astrobot was so much fun, dude.
So good.
I'm such a huge fan of Astrobot.
You've already got.
I have a limited edition Astrobot gamepad. That's what I've been playing with.
Same.
I love that franchise, man.
I want more. So please.
Me too, dude.
Come on, Mega Cat, bring it to me.
I'm telling you the truth when I say we pitch Astrobot things.
Awesome.
Just a big fan.
So outside of what I just said, if you could, maybe not even with Sony, but just if you could pitch a dream collab, what would you like, what IP would you like to work with?
Ever in the world?
Yeah, if you could work with any IP. And you don't even have to give me a genre.
Honestly, God of War was #1 on our list, so it's a little bit
well, congratulations.
Surreal still, yeah. But I mean, speaking to some of the other team members, everyone has different #1s. You know? So I'd say Lord of the Rings is really high up there. It would be a dream come true to touch something like a Borderlands. One of the coolest things about these events when you drive 11 hours from Pittsburgh and spend this time with the team, spend a lot of time talking wish list and maybe Command & Conquer's ready for a reboot. Who knows?
My heart fluttered.
Oh, dude, I feel it, man. Yeah. We just had some of these wish list conversations last night. I wonder if,
That's awesome. I mean, so where can people follow? Because God of War Sons of Sparta is out now.
Oh, yeah.
So where can they follow MegaCat and what you guys are working on, or Sons of Sparta as in general?
Yeah. So we're MegaCat Studios on all platforms. Every social media that exists, you go MegaCat Studios, all one word. Find us, click follow, find some cool cat content. Lots going on.
That's fantastic. So I like to end, because I know you guys have a very busy 2 booths, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But I end on a very important question.
Okay.
It's always the most important. Some might say the hardest. I don't know. In your heart of hearts, if you have to choose, cake or pie?
Pie.
That's
too easy.
There's no proper answer. There's no good way to shake your hand with a bat.
Pie was the way.
Pie is my answer, and I'm not supposed to be biased, but I slightly am. So that's
pie all day. No hesitation.
Hands down. Thank you, James. I appreciate you taking the time. Sons of Sparta, God of War.
Thanks, guys.